Welcome to our daily devotional entitled The Applied Life. My goodness, where's the week gone? I've really enjoyed this week talking about faithfulness. And we've learned that for the test of faithfulness there are only two criteria: listening carefully and obeying fully. Yesterday we talked about how to listen. Today we'll talk about obedience. So many of us want to live a sacrificial life to try and please the Lord. But as Samuel told King Saul, obedience is better than sacrifice. In the spring of 2001, the Lord spoke to me one night while I was in prayer about the state of the Western Church generally, and our church, New Hope, specifically. He said there were two things that keep my church from being all I created it to be. Number one, people want a great supernatural move of God without the benefit of fundamental Christianity. Now, we'll explain this later in another devotional down the road, but today I want to focus on the second part. The second thing the Spirit spoke to me was this: my people want to hear my voice, but with the option of obedience. The problem with most of us is simply this. It's not that we've never heard God speak, but when we have, we've argued and explained our way out of obedience. One of the reasons God was silent for 400 years before Christ was born was that He had spoken to Israel for generations and they'd failed to listen and obey all He had commanded them to do. And today we argue that what I thought I heard doesn't make any sense to me, so it can't be God speaking. The only problem with that argument is that it presupposes we know more about how things should happen than God does. That's why our walk is called a walk of faith. Not a walk of understanding, not a walk of seeing. Hebrews tells us that without faith or trust, it's impossible to please God. We need to know God well enough to hear His voice, and then trust Him enough to do what He's asked us to do. And that is the applied life. God bless you, and I'll see you next week.